Good morning to you. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it's a Monday morning. I know it's a Monday. Back to the grind. We've got a full week ahead. A lot of things going on here at HCC. Of course, over the weekend, we had our vast graduation. Hopefully, you had a chance to see that live streamed. If not, you can always watch it in our social media. It was broadcast on Facebook and YouTube, so you can go back and find it. And also on our website, hccs.edu/graduation. We have a couple of other graduation ceremonies coming up later this month and next month as well. So congratulations to all of our graduates this year. Okay, let's get into the show. We got a couple of special guests. One of them is logging in as we speak, but my co-host this morning is Alberta, who's joining us from her home studio. Good morning, Alberta. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, I had a great weekend. It feels like I'm still there.
Well, you know, there was a big event that happened this weekend. I know because I could see it outside our window, but it was going on in the bayou. It was Bikes on the Bayou. They had 3 days of music and celebration. Big event going on. Did you catch any live music there?
No, I didn't. I actually had an event in my place, my venue.
Oh, you had an event at your place?
At my venue, yes.
Oh, your video. All right. Well, maybe we can see that one day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right, Alberta, stick around. We're going to get to you in a second, but I want to remind everyone, thank you for watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here just about every morning when HCC is in session. Now, tomorrow morning, we don't have a show because the State of the College event is happening tomorrow. So we'll talk more about that later in the show. But you can always, Alberta, catch us in social media or on HCCTV.
Yes, so you can definitely still find us under Houston Community College District Facebook and on our YouTube page. And we are also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also HCCTV, noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's exactly right. Okay, we're going to kick things off with our Mental Health Monday segment. And Alberta, I'm going to turn things over to you because you've got a very special guest joining us.
Yes, I do. So we have Karen Peterson, the immediate past president of the Daughters of the British Empire Texas division. So thank you for joining us today, Karen.
Thank you. Good morning. It's good to be here.
Yes. So let's talk about this amazing organization that you have going on. And this is the Texas division, right? I noticed that you have different ones.
Yes, I am, like you said, the immediate past president of Daughters of the British Empire, currently known as DBE in Texas. And it's a national organization. We're over 110 years old. And we have chapters in 27 other states besides Texas. It's an organization open to women of British birth or heritage, or Commonwealth birth or heritage, or partnered with someone of British birth or Commonwealth heritage. So almost anybody could be a member.
So with this fact, can you please give us an explanation of the DBE and its history and how it came about to lasting this long and it is spreading so much Commonwealth for everyone?
It was started in 1909 based on a Canadian British organization of volunteer women who wanted to help their communities. And our particular founder, Mrs. Langstaff, was focused on the elderly. And so DBE's mission in the United States is to support our 4 homes for the elderly, which are around the country. There's one in Southern California, one in Illinois, upstate New York. And we are blessed that the Southern District is here in Texas in Highlands, just outside Houston and Baytown. And we do fundraisers and charity work, and we volunteer at the home. And our particular home, Mount Batten House in Highlands, is a assisted living type home. It's not a nursing home. And it can accommodate 24 residents. Over the years, over the 110 plus years, we have done all kinds of fundraising for other charities. During World War I, they bought an airplane. During later, I believe it was World War II, they did enough fundraising to buy an ambulance to send over to Britain to help with the war effort. And in the years following, we have supported all kinds of other local charities. Animal charities, breast cancer charities, children's charities connected with hospitals, things like that.
That is fantastic. Well, who is eligible for membership?
Any woman of British or Commonwealth birth or ancestry, or if she's partnered with someone of British birth or heritage. We have a lot of American women who have heritage, and they're finding out via these DNA tests that they have a percentage of British or Commonwealth ancestry, and they are so welcome. Within Texas alone, we have deep North English accents and deep Southern Texas, Alabama type accents. So all types of women. If you want to do charity work and fundraise and plan things that go around things like that, then we need you.
It just has a really good sense of here we are belonging to this organization. And it seems like that's how you create a longtime family also.
Yes. And when I first joined 26 years ago, the first meeting I went to, I was the next youngest member. And it was like going into a living room with my grandmother and my aunties. They made me feel so welcome. And so for someone of British birth like me, I know I don't sound it, but I am, it was very welcoming and made me feel at home. And we do the same with our very American cousins who join us.
I can actually understand that. So tell us about the assisted living homes that you have and how we can all support them.
Yes, the homes in California, Illinois, and the foundation in New York are more nursing homes in the traditional sense. Here in the Highlands, in Mountbatten House, we have an assisted living residence, and the residents are pretty well mobile. The main criteria is in an emergency, they need to be able to get themselves out of the home if necessary. So otherwise, it's more like a group home, and it works very, very well in that community. Our rents are low, and our fundraising supplements the rents that the residents pay. They get to enjoy activities, exercise. There's a couple of churches that come and do services there during the week. They get to take bus trips to different things. They get to go shopping at Walmart. We often will have an event out there that includes a nice tea, and the residents love to participate in that. We also have a big Christmas party for them. We purchase gifts. They give us a Christmas list, and we purchase gifts for them, and Santa, Father Christmas shows up, and it's always a nice event.
Well, that sounds like it gives it a new name for a group home. Like, that's not your average environment.
No,
being able to do all of that kind of stuff.
Very cozy. The house, the residence itself, looks like a country English home.
That sounds
Tudor style home.
You have or participated in several events, like fundraisers, including your annual British Bazaar, in which you were co-chair, right?
Yes, I'm one of the three
co-chairs.
Yes, this is an event that's been going on for more than 45 years in the Houston area. And each chapter in the area, we have 18 chapters in Texas, and the majority of those are in the Houston area. But our chapters in Austin and in Dallas-Fort Worth also come down and help us with this event. We will have entertainment like bagpipes, Highland dancers, children's choirs, that type thing. But each chapter will have a booth that focuses on Christmas crackers, which is an English tradition, Christmas food, crafts. We have a tea room, we have a pub, and it's our biggest fundraiser every year for Mountbatten.
So I even saw a fun calendar your group did that reminded me of the movie with Helen Mirren. Is that where you go? Is that where you got the idea of the British seniors?
Yes. We got our idea. We needed something really big to make some more money for our home. And so several ladies came up with the idea of a Calendar Girls type calendar, boudoir type photos of older ladies. And we had quite a volunteer list, and that was very generous. And yes, I'm in it a couple of times, but it was a lot of fun. And we made $13,000 to give to the home. And still, we have a few left that we're taking donations for if somebody wants a souvenir of pictures of older ladies.
I like the sound of that.
It was definitely out of the box and different for us.
But sometimes that gets you a long way. It actually appeals to more people because it's out of the box, you know? So you said that you have supported other charities. What are some of those, for example?
Back in the 90s, we bought several canine officers for Houston Police Department. We have supported the Butterfly Room at Texas Children's Hospital. We have supported breast cancer research, Houston Food Bank, Fort Bend Food Bank, several women's shelters in the general area, lots of pet projects, animal related to different charities that help animals. Our ladies are very much dog and cat people. Things like that.
More people like you, you know.
We try to focus, if at all possible, we are maybe 80% of our fundraising at the festival will go to Mount Batten House, but we try to split the other 20% between two local charities. And they can be the same or they can be different from year to year. But during this COVID, and as we recover from that, we are really focusing on the home. We might choose a separate charity this year, we might not, because we really have to help the home.
Yes, I was actually going to ask about that in particular. That population, of course, was hard to hit during COVID. So how did you come through the pandemic?
We are very, very proud and thankful to our staff at the home. We were able, during the height of COVID, the 2 big years of COVID, and with what we had a hurricane during that time also, we had no COVID cases within the home. When we have a hurricane, we evacuate the home. The families are responsible for taking their family member and making sure they're safe and secure. But then during COVID, they had to wait 2 weeks to come back to the home to make sure they hadn't contracted COVID during their absence during the hurricane emergency. Right. Since then, we've had, I believe, 1 case, but that's pretty good over 2.5 years of COVID.
I think that's a pretty good deal. Usually it's way too many people that you could count that are kind of like prolonging an organization while there's so many people that are still in need, but we're also struggling to keep it afloat. So, I mean, that's actually really impressive is not a great word for that to have 1 case, but that's actually pretty lucky.
Yes,
honestly.
We were.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Karen, for sharing all of this with us, the immediate past president of the Daughters of the British Empire, Texas. And we'll have more information on that after the show.
Yes, absolutely. If someone would like to join, just go to our websites and the information is there and we will get you to a local chapter.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you, Alberta.
All right. Thanks, Karen in Alberta. And Alberta, our other guest, unfortunately, is having some technical difficulties this morning, so he'll have to join us at another date. So we've got some HCC news and announcements to go over. So I thought we'd go over those. But first, I wanted to ask you, because we talked about our commencement ceremonies coming up, and you're going to be participating in one of those, aren't you?
Yes, on May 12th.
So tell us a little bit about, you're going to be graduating from HCC. Tell us a little bit about what you've got going on.
So we'll be graduating in 2 weeks at this point. And I am really excited to start my career in broadcast journalism, I guess, more concert photography and videography and things like that. That's what I want to get into. Right.
And that's one of the reasons why you're working with us. We said, hey, it looks like you're a communications major. And we said, this should be a great job for you. So it's good to have you on board here. So you're looking at going directly in starting some work, but you started working over this weekend on a video that you're working on.
Yeah. So we actually, at my venue, House of J, just launched a Patreon so we can crowdfund larger shows from larger bands and artists, and free pizza, free music, free drinks, because we're depending on the community. And this is why I love talking about community organizations when we are on the show, because it's like,
well, what exactly did you film your video or shoot it at a club, or where exactly did it take place?
They usually take place at live shows.
At live shows. Okay. So you were able to shoot some of that over the weekend as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to keeping you on board here, and hopefully you can get a lot of good experience as you go out in the work world. And maybe one of these days you can hire all us to come work for you.
Will happen.
All right. Let's go ahead and go through some HCC news and announcements. First off, Pakistani Reading Scholarship deadline is today. Now, this is an ongoing thing that's been we've been talking about it, Alberta, for quite some time, but the deadline is today to get your projects taken care of.
Yep. So you have HCC's Reading Culture Scholarship book and essay deadline. It is today, and that is crazy because it feels like 3 weeks ago we were talking about this. And students who read I Am Malala must turn in their essay or creative project today to have a chance to win $500 and $1,000 scholarships.
Cool. All right. Here's another thing that's going on today as well. And you can pre-register for this. It's a pretty good deal. You can give blood and get pancakes. That's right. Pancakes. Coupon from IHOP. This is in association with our Vast Academy. In fact, it's happening at the Vast Academy Learning Hub. You can save lives at the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center and get a small stack of pancakes from IHOP and also a Hometown Heroes baseball t-shirt. They're asking you to register through a QR code. You're saying, well, where do I find the QR code? Go to our district's Facebook page. You can find the QR code. You obviously scan it, and then you can register for this event. They are asking you to pre-register ahead of time. I know a lot of people are into giving blood, and this is a perfect way of doing so, and also supporting the Vast Academy. It's at 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., so it's underway right now at the Vast Academy Learning Hub at the Central College. And if you didn't get a chance to see, over the weekend, we live streamed the latest Vast Academy graduation. And it's always an incredible event. A number of students, I believe it was 30-something students, graduated from the Vast Academy over the weekend. You can watch them and hear from them and hear the keynote speaker and all of that. It's in our social media. So make sure you look for it, the Vast Academy graduation, on Facebook and YouTube, and you can find all that information there. We also have some other graduations. The one Alberta is going to be in, that'll be live streamed next month. And then we also have the Text Chase, which is a graduation ceremony that'll be happening at our Central College coming up early next month as well. Okay, if you head over to the Northeast College, Alberta, there is a student exhibition that's ongoing now through May the 7th.
Yes, so come support the student artists. HCC Campus Gallery is opening back up for student exhibitions, and this is the first in-person art show at Northline since COVID. So the gallery is now going to be open, and art students will be judged for awards in drawings, paintings, designs, and digital media, so all kinds of art. So make sure you come support April 25th, which is today, until May 7th at the HCC Northeast Northline Gallery location.
Yeah, so what was happening there is during the pandemic, we had a number of our art students wanted to show their works, but our galleries weren't open. So they were showing them on Instagram, and they had the juried exhibitions on Instagram where you could view them all just to keep everything up and running. Now that the colleges are fully open and the campuses are open once again, you can actually go and look at them inside the art gallery itself. So check out the one at the Northline campus with HCC's Northeast College. Okay, you ready for a free haircut? I know a lot of folks at HCCTV like to take advantage of this. Free haircuts are back, and they're currently being offered to our staff and students only. And that's going to be at least for the time being. And it's only happening on Wednesdays at the HCC Central Campus. Very popular thing. A lot of people want to get their hair cut for free, help out our students. They get some practice. Walk-ins are welcome. Just show up at the J.B. Whiteley building, but make sure you take your ID card. Once again, it's open to students, faculty, and staff. It happens from 10 to 11:30 a.m. They take a break for lunch. They're back at noon, and they go on to 1:30 p.m. If you'd like to get more information on it, we'll have an email address in our social media after the show. So tomorrow, we mentioned Alberta, there is no show because we've got a big State of the College event. Since HCC will not be on the air, HCCTV, with Up to the Minute, because we're hosting the Chancellor's State of the College event, and Up to the Minute's not on. So keep that in mind. No show tomorrow, but we'll be back on Wednesday. And fall registration is underway, Alberta. You can actually, today is the first day for everyone to register for classes for fall 2022.
Yep, everybody, it is here. So make sure that you get online today in your student portal and register for your classes because the classes will be closing soon if you don't. We have online anytime, online at a schedule, hybrid, in person, and you have hybrid lab. So if any of these really resonate with you, better get online and take those spots.
Yes. So keep in mind, as Alberta mentioned, 2 of them are completely online. One of them, you don't even have to log in at a certain time. You can log in anytime and take the class. That one's the online anytime. The online on a schedule, similar to online anytime, but it's an actual class that you log in person online. That makes sense. So you log in at a certain time, you can interact with your professor and your classmates, but it's still a virtual class. We do have hybrid classes available where some of the instruction is hybrid, it's in person, and some of it is virtual. We have hybrid classes and then hybrid labs. And then we've also, last semester, had the in-person classes back on HCC campuses. I believe it started in October. Those are still ongoing, but have you been to classes on campuses lately? Because they are very small, aren't they?
Yeah, they are actually. That was pretty surprising. But yeah, I take lab actually.
Yeah, so the classes are pretty small, but the key there is if you sign up for a popular class, because the popular ones fill up pretty fast. Mm-hmm. So they're very small, but they will add more sections if you want to take the class, but they need you to log in, sign on so that they can add those sections. So don't worry, the classes will be small, but they'll add more if need be, especially for our academic classes in the labs that everybody needs to take. You just want to get the certain time, the right professor, the right campus, all those parameters. Make sure you log in and do that right away. And it's a good time to get financial aid. So go to hccs.edu/apply. Okay, tomorrow, State of the College. And then on Wednesdays, we've got some special guests as well.
Mm-hmm. On Wednesday, we have our Small Business Wednesday guest, which will be Mishu Clay. Yep. Mishu Clay from the Women's Roundtable of HCC's Entrepreneurial Initiatives.
Yeah, she'll be on the show. And then once again, our own Chief of Police, HCC's Police Chief Michael Benford. He makes an appearance once a week, or once a month, I should say, on our show and talks about safety, things you may want to keep in mind. Also updates you on some things that are going on with the HCC Police Department. I don't know about you, Alberta, but safety is a big issue amongst Houstonians right now. It just seems like everywhere you go, look at what's going on at the Galleria. I mean, that's an area which has really been ravaged by some brutal and deadly attacks in the past few months. So you want to be aware of your surroundings. And so always tune in when Chief Benford is on, and he'll give you some tips as to what's going on. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's show. Alberta, you're back on what, Thursday?
I am back on Thursday. Yeah.
Okay, you're Thursday. You'll be at the HCCTV studios on Thursday. Okay. All right. We'll see all of you. Remember, tomorrow, no live show at 10 a.m. because we have State of the College. You can watch the State of the College after the event. We'll be uploading it to our YouTube channel, so make sure you watch it there. All right. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. I will see you again Wednesday morning. Have a great week.